The first opinion is about the normalization of something. So I watched an El Gato de los Weekly video where they talked about candies getting attention for having a 25-year-old, and there was a comment on the video that said, and I quote, "Idols debuting in their 20s should be normalized tbh," and the sad thing about that comment is that idols in their 20s do exist, because there are groups with 90s-born idols, meaning there are some 25-plus idols in the industry currently and some rare 80s-born K-pop artist groups too. Adult idols exist and will continue to exist, and you guys should go support them. If you want idols in their 20s to become normalized, then go support the ones that are existing. They exist and they could use your support because they're nougas and not so popular groups. Normalization can only happen if you make it happen by taking action. If you want 20s aged idols to be normalized, you have to put in the work. You shouldn't just show up every time an adult idol is getting attention for their ages and comment about how X-aged adults should be normalized, when you have to help adults get normalized by promoting them to others, supporting them and showing that you want more adults in the industry to be normalized. The second opinion is that, why can't people come up with their own opinions when they make unpopular K-pop opinions videos? I'm not talking about people who make unpopular K-pop opinions on the same topic. Example, G-Idol's music is not hitting the same anymore or music quality is going down, but the different K-tubers making that opinion share different thoughts on the same topic, that is fine to me. I'm talking about people who talk about the same opinions on the same topic, but then also share the same thoughts on the same opinions. When people talk about overused opinions like, Wonyoung isn't a pick-me, I've seen many K-tubers make this opinion, but they mostly talked about the same thing. About how Wonyoung isn't a pick-me and then asking the viewers if you know what the meaning of the word pick-me is, and then pulling up the definition of pick-me. I just wonder why K-tubers do this. Why don't they share their own original thoughts and make normal opinions instead of talking about something already talked about many times in the same way, and the K-tuber's input brings nothing to the opinion, because it's just another K-tuber sharing the same exact thing 3 to 4 others have already said. Why can't K-tubers scrap these overused opinions and bring something new to the table? There is nothing new to these same thought overused opinions that you share, and nothing about these opinions are unpopular or yours, if the title is, My Unpopular K-Pop Opinions. If you don't have any original thoughts to bring to unpopular K-pop opinions that are purely your own original thinking, then don't make these opinions-based videos. It's as simple as that, because you're not sharing anything worth anyone's time, and instead of wasting people's time by making them watch an unneeded useless video, you can instead make a fun playlist video or something else that is not opinions if you don't have anything original to say. The third opinion is that, unpopular K-pop opinions videos should stop, mainly because why do people make so many unpopular K-pop opinions videos? For me, I take time making unpopular K-pop opinions videos. Literally my last unpopular K-pop opinions video released was 2 months ago, and I take a long time trying to get fresh opinions and not say the same thing over and over again. And even then I end up repeating myself at times with words and thoughts that I may have already said before. And here we have K-tubers not caring about what they share in their unpopular K-pop opinions videos, since all they want is views. And so they share unoriginal thoughts already shared before, mentioned in the previous opinion, basic common knowledge that everyone should know by now as opinions, which I saw in a one-sentence opinions video where a K-tuber shared 2 one-sentence opinions as if they came up with those thoughts, but they're just common knowledge that everyone should know by now, and also boring opinions branded as opinions to anger or trigger you. I hate this, because so many K-tubers pump out unpopular K-pop opinions videos like it's nothing and share literally anything without rechecking if the opinions are good enough to add to the video. They just have a thought or take a thought already shared millions of times before and add it to their videos. Also, I don't mind if the K-tuber has original thoughts and shares them as opinions, which is the whole point of opinions videos, but it's when they're trying to brand these original thoughts, possibly boring opinions, as harsh, brutal etc. opinions, when they're not. I just get so annoyed at how easily K-tubers can pump out unpopular K-pop opinions videos with barely anything being the K-tuber's own thoughts, and mostly only do it for the shock factor of the title to get people to click so the K-tuber can get views, but there are people like me who struggle to come up with actually new original opinions that are decent enough to share. It's just horrible to see what the unpopular K-pop opinions videos have become now, since before it was definitely a fun thing, but now it's turned into lazy content for views. The fourth opinion is that, I don't understand K-pop companies and giving boy groups edgy concepts, and I know I talk about this a lot, but what does giving an edgy concept to a boy group gonna do? People view boy groups negatively because of this, and 2022 was such a hated year for boy groups with the amount of people on K-tube saying, they do one type of sound, or, they do dark and noise music, referring to fourth-gen boy groups, and it annoyed me so much because of the amount of hate despite boy groups also releasing other sounds that nobody cared about. The edgy sound, though having some fans, won't bring the boy group to get more fans or noticed more, and instead it just turns them into every other fourth-generation boy group to do that sound, because I've noticed with the edgy sound the different groups doing it sounded similar in the sense that switching one edgy boy group song with another wouldn't make a difference. If I learned anything from 2022, it's that people are not really a fan of boy groups doing edgy music, and I know that there are boy groups who can pull off the edgy concept and sound, but do we really need every boy group switching to this sound when they're probably better off doing a bright sound or something else that could work for them better? We just need boy groups to be doing what works best for them, and not them switching to the edgy sound every single time like it's a requirement when it's not, and so many other types of genres and sounds exist that these boy groups could be diving into, and the edgy sound isn't the only one to exist, so companies should stop making their boy groups do that unless they fit it and can do it. The last opinion is that, I watched a K-tuber's new Unpopular K-pop opinions video, and their last opinion, though not something too crazy as an opinion, it made me realize something. K-pop stans who in their Unpopular K-pop opinions videos talk about how, K-pop is boring, or, K-pop is getting better again, or talking about short songs. Or how something is dying in K-pop, a concept or something. And things like that, it really shows what type of K-pop stan the K-tuber is. If they're talking about these things and they're for example saying, K-pop is boring, or, this year in K-pop is mid, or, K-pop is getting fun again. It shows that the K-pop stans who say these things must not know many artists in K-pop or explore much. Because if you're someone who explores and searches for new types of songs in K-pop, you wouldn't be saying K-pop is boring, in a month, year etc. If you find new songs that would stop you from ever having thoughts about K-pop being boring, and if you're someone who explores to find new songs, you wouldn't be saying K-pop is getting fun again, since you'll be finding songs to show you that K-pop has always been fun. Anyone who has things like these to say, like the things I've mentioned above, unless they're K-pop stans who actually do explore and have found nothing interesting, then that's a different story, are very limited in the artists that they know in K-pop and don't really try to search for new songs to listen to and artists to stan, because they definitely do exist in abundance. These K-pop stans will say these things, but we all know the K-pop stans saying these things only stan a few groups, and those few are probably the most popular artists in the industry.